ready for that, Nima?
Sorry.
I was born ready for that. I guess our faces should be on right about now.
Right about now, we're on.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome, I'm Remy.
What did you just say?
I said, what's up? Welcome, I'm Remy.
Oh, that was really fast.
I know.
I'm Nima. Wow, Jinx. Welcome to our Sunday show for Big Little Lies. Last episode finale.
That was pretty cool.
I could open my beer too.
I'm going to start with saying thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the people who have commented on our comment boxes.
Wow, man.
I know, great start.
I know.
Great start. And cheers to the ones who got the theories right, or partially, anyways. So,
do we know who got the theories right? And I mean, aside from me, because obviously I was right. I don't know.
No. But yeah, but kind of. No, someone told us that Bonnie was gonna get in on the murder.
Yeah, somebody did tell us that. You're right.
She totally just. What a great spoiler alerts, everyone.
Right. After we've spoiled it, we're like,
we didn't say who got killed. We didn't say who killed who, or anything. But all of our questions have been answered.
I mean, aside from one really important question, but we can talk about that later.
Which one?
Is Celeste a Muslim or not? Because they didn't really.
Was she praying last episode?
Yeah, they didn't really touch base on that. So my theory could still be right. So I'm
like, still be right. So many unanswered questions here. But dude, I'm drinking gluten-free beer.
Really? Isn't gluten wheat?
I wanted to try it.
I'm drinking linen
made without wheat or barley. So I haven't tried it yet.
Remy can't see me, but for people at home that are watching, there's dog hair. I'm drinking Linen Kugel's grapefruit shandy. So we'll see it is. It smells.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, is it?
No one cares what you're drinking, Nima.
Everybody cares what I'm drinking. All right. Okay. I gotta take my headphones on. We sound okay. Do we want to jump right into it? Do you want to talk about the wonderful show that is Big Little Lies?
I just want to. I'm so happy that people have tuned in and watched us talk and commented. I think that's great. We have like a few thousand views on some of the videos.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, awesome. Cheers to us, man. Good job, Nima.
Yeah, good job to us.
I can't see you, so we can't cheers appropriately, but
it's okay. That will be hopefully fixed soon, that you can actually see me while we do this. But more than likely, we are going to be back tomorrow night. We're thinking about it to do a whole show recap. Mm-hmm. So if you're watching us now, just tune in tomorrow night as well, and we'll talk about this some more. The whole show
together.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that's different tasting.
What are you drinking again? I do care. I was kidding.
Linen Kugel's grapefruit shandy.
Grapefruit beer?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Smells like grapefruit and it tastes like grapefruit. I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, cheers.
Yeah, my room smells nice now though. I mean, all right.
Anyways, so great episode. Wow.
It was awesome. There were a couple parts that I was kind of disappointed about, but overall, really awesome.
What were you disappointed in? What parts? The tension was great, but what
tension
parts?
Was insane. Closer to the end. But you know how there was a very end sequence of montage of the happiness and everything that
right.
The 3 or 4 mothers, and there's the sequence before that at the party and the tension that builds up all the way to the point of we can talk about it. Perry getting pushed down the stairs. Mm-hmm. And then there's a sequence of the interviews and everything in between.
Right.
That whole sequence of interviews and stuff, I could have been done without. I didn't need that. I feel like it ruined the pacing.
Where their voices was muted because the detective didn't want to hear their lies or whatever.
Yeah, the detective kind of was pointless to me at that point.
Yeah, but did you notice at the very end, the very last sound you hear is like her lighter closing?
Yeah, she's watching them.
She's watching them. It's like, okay, all right. So do you think HBO did that to open the door to a second season?
I was wondering about that. For anybody who may have read the books and they're watching us now, let us know. Is there a continuation in this? Is there a possibility of season 2? Because I started this trend with the Young Pope that I decided not to read anything about the show until it's all over. So I don't know if they've announced a season 2 or anything at all.
Mariah was telling me that in the end of the book, it's a little different.
Oh, she's read the book.
No, I don't think she's read it, but I think she got so into the show that she like went and figured it out.
Okay.
Like she told me a few days ago, like, oh, I know who the victim is. I'm like, no, Don't say anything. I don't want to hear it. But apparently in the book, Jane sees Perry and she's like, "Oh my God, it's him." And then he's like, "Yeah, so whatever." It's kind of one of these scenes. But then I don't know how he ends up dying in the end. But I loved how they did it this time. Like you have that sisterhood happening, and they just like kick his ass. Well, kind of actually.
I mean, they were kind of losing until Bonnie steps in.
Yeah,
right?
but why was Bonnie following her intuition? I guess like she
Right.
saw this from far away, like some weird thing going on. She followed it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like kind of everybody redeemed themselves. I mean, Gareth, is it? Who's
Miranda's husband?
yeah, is it Gareth or
I don't know.
he was kind of a asshole in this episode, but everybody more or less was human, right? Like they had their flaws, but they had their downsides.
Yeah, for sure.
Except, Perry being awful. And you know what? The
Oh
takeaway
my God, like this episode really shows him being even worse than what we thought he was.
punching her in the stomach.
Like what? I was
Yeah.
so mad. I was so mad.
Dude, crazy. But one thing I was gonna say is that for anybody watching, if they watch the whole series and they're trying to take a little message away from it, the two types of people you should not be like is Perry and anybody who's being interviewed, because those gossip people annoying me throughout the whole episode and the whole show. But we can talk about
So
that
bad,
later.
so bad. That girl that was like, I totally saw her spill a drink, or
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, there's people like that out there.
Dude, we're jumping all over, but since you said the spilled drink thing, I felt bad for Ed this whole episode, man. He's like piecing shit
know.
together, and I'm like, dude, that sucks, man.
He's my favorite character of this show, I think. Well, I'll keep that for tomorrow.
I completely agree. And dude, it took me a few seconds. I was like, oh, he doesn't have a beard anymore.
Oh yeah, he shaved it.
Yeah, he shaved it for the Elvis thing, I assume.
Do you think it was actually him, Adam Scott, singing this?
I was gonna ask you that. All the songs were really good,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it was them or not, because it didn't
Well,
sound like his voice.
Bonnie is a singer. I'm pretty sure she's a singer. Like,
Okay.
what's her name? She's Lenny Kravitz's daughter. And then I don't know about Adam Scott, but why not? I mean, with some lessons, you can sing pretty well.
Sure.
And these songs though, they're so good.
They were so good. Each one of them was like perfect, and obviously, it's meant to be that way, and they were perfectly picked for each scene to carry the emotion all the way through, especially the tension.
Yeah.
But man, it worked perfectly. Like this was one of those episodes that's almost flawless. It was like, I don't know
Yeah.
if it's because I've been watching the whole show, so I'm putting tension into scenes that there's no tension. But holy shit, man, there was so much tension in this episode.
So much. Like Mariah was watching it with me, and she was like anxious. So anxious. And then, but it was good. It was cool seeing all these like women kind of like, the moment when Jane realizes, and then Madeline, sees that and she realizes what's going on, and Celeste sees that and realizes what's going on. Amazing.
So that's the thing.
So well done.
So I figured that that Madeline figured out what Jane was freaked out about. But so
Yeah.
do we think Celeste also figured it out?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Totally. Because remember, they're friends now, so.
Right.
So, totally. That's exactly what happened. They all saw it all at once. I mean, Jane's reaction showed them like, oh, that's the same person. And I even think Perry recognizes Jane at some point.
Right. At the closer to the very end of it, the point
Right
that
before
he's
he runs
rushing.
to,
Right.
yeah.
Dude, one thing I wrote down is I'm really impressed about how this show handles like technology being used.
Sure. Like they have a Google Home or whatever.
They have a Google Home, but they also have like anybody that uses iPhones, they're using it properly. Like it's not something being superimposed on a phone. Every technology that's being used, like Bluetooth, everything, it's just like real the way it should be.
Right.
Like a lot of other shows spend time faking it. I don't know why. But even House of Cards, which is a really well done show, they spend a lot of time faking things. But this show was like, everybody's using real technology as they should be.
Right.
Did you take any notes, Remy?
I did. I took some notes. You know that one point where Gareth goes into the coffee shop and is like, "Don't talk to my wife like this again," or whatever.
Right.
And the bearded coffee guy,
Tom.
and all of a sudden I had this feeling like, "Oh my gosh, I hope Tom doesn't get killed."
I know, right?
Because you're like, okay, all of a sudden he's like really there. He's like, out with Jane. And I'm like, oh no, not him. He's so nice.
And I like how they in that whole sequence, after there's a whole drama piece, which seemed over the top to me, but after that thing, Jane's
Wait,
like,
wait. Oh, the Gareth going to the coffee shop?
right, it seemed out
Oh
of
yeah.
nowhere almost, especially after everybody's made friends and everything. But
Yeah, I
Jane's
don't
like,
know
wait,
why they
you're
had that.
straight?
Yeah. I've gone in that so many times it's not even funny. But yeah, like what was the point of that whole scene to bring Tom into the as Jane's date?
It
Like
felt
is that the only purpose of that 5 minute little scene there?
it almost felt that was exactly why, to introduce him as a date, to put a little happy twist to her story, but also to maybe bring. We're saying Gareth. Are we sure it's Gareth? To bring him
No,
into
let's
the
just
story.
call him Steve. Steve is our
Right.
default when we don't know.
Everybody's gonna be Steve. Still, to make sure Steve is somehow in the story, because that's what it felt like almost. Because he was pointless almost before that. He remained
Right.
pointless after that.
Yep.
So I don't
Pretty
know.
pointless character.
Right.
But Renata needed a husband. I mean,
That's
if you
awful.
think about it, Renata was a big part of the tension building up in the beginning. So they had to show her, like at home with her husband and stuff. I
Dude,
don't know.
speaking of Renata, the scene that Renata's apologizing and Madeline's
Yeah.
like, you're being a big person for apologizing.
Right.
And Jane goes, Madeline hasn't had a bit to drink. She's a little bit drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, like, maybe I'm just crazy that I'm like, oh, look at that. She's being sweet. I didn't think of it as a drunk person just babbling at all. I was like, good for you, Madeline.
You're being a big person. I don't know. I don't know either. But I feel bad for Ed, man. He's like, you can tell he knows what's going on. Like he's smart enough to figure it out. But best actor in this show, in this episode, anyways.
No, I would
For me,
I would say
like-
almost the whole show, yeah.
I mean, Witherspoon was pretty good too, actually.
Reese Witherspoon and Reese without her spoon.
Nima, I can't believe you went that low.
God, I've loved that joke since I was like 10.
I don't think I've heard it ever.
Oh shit! I
It's
just
pretty good. Witherspoon.
let me see.
Why am I laughing at this joke?
It's awful. So
It's so
just
awful.
to recap, whatever happened in this episode so far, so Celeste had a horrible episode pretty much this whole time. She was beat to shit at the very beginning,
Yeah.
and it carried pretty much all the way through. And they did reconfirm that, which we found out the twins' names.
Max and
Tom.
Tom?
Right? I thought it was. That's why I thought it was strange that there's two characters named same in this episode, but I'm pretty sure it's Tom and Max, isn't it?
Maybe it's the same person.
Time travel. That's real-
Yeah.
science fiction. Damn
That'd be
straight.
awesome. I love science fiction. Yeah, this show is cool, but we're gonna talk about this whole show tomorrow. But back to the episode. Yeah, they closed it off so nicely. You feel good at the end. I like that.
Is it you feel good? So I was kind of wondering that. Like, how is a character like Celeste technically supposed to feel about the situation? Obviously, she's being kind, right?
It's dramatic. It must suck, but at the same time, like, I mean, this guy literally assaulted 4 women all at once. So whatever. I don't know. Who knows? It's a movie. It's a show. Whatever.
Right, but dude, I know people firsthand that are maybe not that abusive of relationships, but are in relationships that are, to some level, at least emotionally ridiculously abusive.
Right.
So I'm just like watching this, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand the kind of, like, I guess it's patience that you're sticking around. I don't know what the quality is.
I don't know. I mean, they really touched on that kind of problem though. That's like that's the theme of this whole show, I guess, storyline or whatever. Like God, I can't find my words tonight.
That's all right. For
whole-
people that don't know, Remy's had a crazy long day and a crazy long night. So,
Yeah.
we
Well, the
appreciate
night's
you
just
being
starting.
all right. You go, girl.
Hey. No, so I love this episode. I don't really have much more to say about it. I did take some notes. Let me look at them.
That's fine. Well, you're looking at. We did find out that finally who was abusing Amabella, which is Max, Celeste's son,
Right.
just like we thought. So that's one theory that we kind of nailed on the head very early on in the show.
Were you nervous when Jane tells Celeste about it?
No.
I had no
wait.
idea how Celeste was going to react because she's already going through some serious shit, and now she learns that her kid is a bully at school, and it's like, oh man, that sucks. But
Like-
then it makes perfect sense to her right there, and she's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Right. So
Whatever
were
she
you
says.
nervous in what way were you thinking?
I'm sorry. Oh, I was like, she could lose her, lose her mind. Like, no, that's bullshit. I have more important things to deal with right now. I don't think it's true. But she's actually like, she's the nicest character.
She is.
She
Absolutely is.
listens.
And dude, like, we'll talk
And
about
she's
this
gorgeous.
tomorrow maybe.
She's gorgeous.
She's stunning. Like,
Yeah.
super crushing hard on Nicole Kidman at the moment. But like Jane's delivery in that whole episode, I forgot the actress's name, and I'll look those up tonight so I can actually learn about the show. But she wasn't like, maybe it was her delivery. Like, I don't understand. This is one character that I never really connected with that much.
Jane?
Yeah, like all of a sudden she's super mature and like consoling Nicole Kidman's Celeste about how, it's okay, kids are bullies. Like, well, how do you know? You just had a kid when you were like 20 years old, and somehow you're
Who knows? I mean, we don't know these characters' past. Maybe she knows some stuff.
Right. Maybe it's the character that I'm questioning, not the actress. But it's just like she was the one that I constantly felt like wasn't hitting the mark compared to everybody else.
You mean as far as acting and delivery?
Right, but at the same time,
okay.
I'm open to it being that was the character. So she was playing the character to the fullest, and maybe that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think that actress is gonna like. I'm sorry, I don't know her name either. It's terrible of us, but I think she's gonna get better and better.
Right.
I think as she ages, she's gonna get like really good.
She's young. I'm pretty sure she's younger than both you and I.
Probably. She was in Divergent in one of these movies.
The series that she left that series. Good for her.
Yeah, it was just maybe she just had. I mean, I was really not impressed with her in that first movie of that series, Divergent.
Oh, you watched it?
The first movie, it's science fiction. I watched the first movie at least, but I was like, all right, the acting is killing me, and I didn't want to watch the other ones after that. Yeah, I don't know. She's getting started, but she was a good mom. I mean, you can feel the compassion for her kid and stuff like that. So she played that really well.
Dude, speaking of the kid, he was awesome.
Ziggy is awesome. If I have a kid, I hope he's like Ziggy.
Or like Chloe.
I'll trade my 2 dogs for a Chloe or a Ziggy.
That's horrible, man. Jesus. But what? Chloe is a shit. And every time she says woman, I'm like, yeah. You keep at it.
That one scene at the end when she's playing piano. What was that about?
I don't know. That was part of the whole sequence of, happiness.
Right after, right after you see Perry rushing to them.
Wait, like no, that was after.
That was, well, I don't know when it was. But, between Perry rushing.
Right
after everybody realizes that he's Jane's raper and blah, blah, blah. It cuts to, like, what? It cuts to
after. Like
to the police scene, a crime scene and stuff.
Correct.
And then after that, it cuts to some other things, right? Like
after it cuts to
some happy things. Oh, the interviews. And then it goes back to what actually happens?
No, I think the sequence goes, the actual events as they were happening. So Perry rushes and then cuts to the aftermath and then cuts to the interviews. And then it cuts to the happiness. And in between the happiness is when you're getting inner cuts of the actual event, the way at least they were telling the story, right?
Yeah.
Which we don't know what story they told. We do know.
That's
Celeste
the thing.
said he walked backwards and he fell accidentally himself. That's the story that they told the police.
Yeah, but like for this to actually work, they would, as soon as it happened, they would have all 5 of those women have, like, they had to get together and be like, okay, this is what happened. We got to stick to this. And that's when their camaraderie came together right there.
Which I don't understand the reasoning behind that. I'm fairly certain legally you're good, you're fine.
Well, Bonnie didn't have to. She was not the one getting attacked, so I don't think self-defense works in that way.
Self-defense doesn't work in that way, but the state's not going to press charges on you trying to save somebody else. Like, they're not going to do that, as far as I know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works, but either way, Bonnie would have gone to jail for sure. I don't think. I mean, I don't know.
Bonnie's super pretty,
And she just ran. She's like, ah.
I know, right?
Yeah. And what did he get impaled on? I don't get it. Was there a sharp piece of wood there?
Yeah, something in his freaking throat. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he would have died without that thing in his throat. I don't know why they made that for sure. Like, nope, he's dead.
Yeah, no, he's dead for sure.
That's like one step short of decapitating him, just to make sure.
Because he didn't fall far down, so he would have survived that. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I don't know.
Maybe it's something that you and I missed, though.
You know how there was like the yellow caution tape.
Right,
Maybe there was some construction going, and he got impaled with something that was there. Probably.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's something that they mentioned early on in the show that we missed why there's construction on those stairs.
Yeah. And then we see the therapist again, who's really like sad.
And just like she's not. I don't know if she's sad. She's just like obviously helpless or hopeless. But it's a tough situation. Yeah. Which is that's kind of an industry that I'm kind of feeling. Like, obviously, I believe in it. I think everybody should talk to somebody, especially somebody professional. But I don't know the background of what you would need to go through to get that kind of a professional job.
I don't know, because it's at this point, it's like the same. Like your intuition has to like really be able to read people. I mean, there's courses on that, body language.
Right. Damn, dude. Now that you mentioned the therapist. I was thinking about Celeste's apartment. Dude, even her second place to live at is super nice compared to, what we have here in Arizona.
I know. Just right on the beach.
We're watching literally first world problems all the way through.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
We see Ed's desk the whole show. We saw it again tonight.
The standing desk?
I want one so bad. I think I'm going to get one or build one or something.
You should. They're really good for you. Get one that you can do both standing and sitting.
Yeah, a button. Bzzz, do like.
Or just not even a button. Just like you can do that where you manually push it up and down. All right, Remy. Well, you're gonna be really awkwardly low now.
I'm back. Whoever's watching, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thanks anybody who does watch. Oh, I forgot to say earlier in the episode. If you do like these kind of discussions, we have a lot more planned over the coming few months. So please subscribe, like, comment. We're going to be switching shows, not tomorrow, but in a week or so, we're going to be talking about Leftovers. So join us. Yeah. I know we built an audience for this show, but we would love to have you for that show as well.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. The phone. As soon as Perry brings up the whole phone thing that he saw, me and Mariah were just like, holy shit.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of which,
tension.
Did he read a text message? Did he call?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess she didn't lock her phone. God, whatever.
That's like everything about that dude is just creepy. Who reads other people's text messages,
I know. Well, a lot of people actually do that, Nima, but it's wrong. But it's okay. That was really terrifying. He's so good at it. Thank you, Glamorgan girl.
Yeah.
Glamorgan.
Oh God, we're awful.
I know, butchering her name. Sorry.
Did you realize how tall he is? This is the first time I've noticed how tall this dude is.
He's pretty. Hey, do you remember the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay, the bad guy in that movie is that guy's dad.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that's his dad.
Yeah, that guy's really good, by the way. I don't know his name, but the actor you're talking about is awesome.
Did I tell you I watched Tarzan not too long ago?
What did you think? That movie's a mess.
It was pretty cool. I liked him. Like, what's his name? Perry was really good in it. He was like, Jane.
Alexander something. One thing I do like about that movie, I don't want us to get sidetracked, but the way they made him look is awesome. Like, especially his hands were awesome.
Sure. No, that was a good. So you did watch Tarzan?
No, I've seen Tarzan. Yeah, I watched it a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Hey, Detlef. Good morning.
Detlef's back.
Has Detlef? Oh, he's from France, right?
Yeah. That's cool. How do you like? What time is it in France? Like 8 hours earlier, or later, or earlier?
You were doubting this poor.
I think it's 7 a.m. over there.
Frenchness.
No, it's not 7 a.m. What am I talking about?
All right, Remy. This is something we can easily.
Dude, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. in France right now. Anyways. Yeah.
Well, thanks for staying up and watching us. We appreciate it. Have you guys seen? Oh, so at least we know Glamour. I'm gonna say Glamour Girl because that makes it easier. The little middle word kind of messes up with my brain.
Glamorgan. This is like, it's Glam Morgan. Anyways. Nima, it's so frustrating that I can't see you.
I know, man. Hopefully one more day. You should be able to see me tomorrow.
All right, cool.
We'll see if that fixes it though.
Let's see the other notes I took.
Yeah.
We don't.
While
We don't
Remy's
take
looking that
notes.
up, I can give you guys a little behind the scenes thing. Remy has been able to see me doing these shows all the way up until last episode, and that's when he can't see me, and he's doing these by looking at a picture of me. I'm fairly certain. So, hats off to
Yeah.
you, man.
I just imagine you moving your face and talking back.
Imagine
No,
my
and then I
beautiful
just look
face.
at our YouTube channel and then I can see you, but it's like 12 seconds later. So you're stretching right now.
Almost 6 a.m. His dad. I found out he actually does a lot of. Are they Swedish?
Probably. Yeah, I
He
think
does a
so.
lot of Swedish movies. Like he speaks like I know we think of him as an American actor, because he's in a lot of Hollywood movies, but he's totally not. Like he's switches on to his native language and just does a whole bunch of shit over there.
Good morning, Detlef. Cheers. We're drinking beer here.
That's right.
Probably having coffee or something like that.
Or you can be drinking beer. 6 a.m.
Yeah, I've done that once. I live dangerously.
Just once. No, you and I have drank earlier than that even.
We have not have.
Yes, we have.
No, we've never had drinks earlier than 6 a.m., Nima.
We've gone to the cabin early as fuck in the morning
And drank?
and drank.
So bad. Anyways, back on track. Big Little Lies. That was the last episode. Really awesome episode. Gosh.
It
So
was.
much tension. So well done. I just want to watch it again.
Are you going to?
No. I'm craving some sci-fi shit right now.
I know, man. I know. And I'm kind of excited about Westworld. Dude, like in about a year, we're going to be talking about Westworld. I'm excited for that.
Wait, no, that's going to take longer than that. I thought they were going to take 2 years to make the next season.
I don't know if they're going to take 2 years. I thought they were going to take roughly a year off.
Well, we have we have a bunch of stuff in the way.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do.
I am not looking forward to Leftovers. I'm going to say that again.
I don't care. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome.
Detlef, it's 9 p.m. here.
9 p.m. We're in Arizona, so we're in Pacific time, same time as California.
Yeah.
That's one thing about America. It's massive, and there's like 12 time zones. It's not. There's like 3, but still. It's huge. I'm excited. We're going to be talking about Leftovers.
And Arizona is like one of the only states that doesn't, change the clock twice a year.
Yeah, I think there's a few of them. There's a handful, but yeah.
Yeah. So what else did you think, Nima?
I don't know.
What
There's stuff I want to say about the whole show, but we can save that for tomorrow when we're talking about a show recap as opposed to this episode.
Yeah, let's do that. But this episode was just masterfully done.
Oh, I thought it was funny that both Jane and Celeste choose the same version of Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, so maybe it's just me, and I don't know if Remy feels the same about it. I didn't even realize that there were very different versions of Audrey Hepburn or different versions of Elvis. How was Madeline's dress offensive? Somebody made a comment that her dress was offensive, and I didn't.
Yeah, one
get
of the interviewees in the investigation.
Yeah, like what version each person was wearing or singing, didn't get it at all.
I don't know.
Because Renata was wearing something completely different that I can't even imagine. Are
they used to be a couple or no? Elvis and Audrey Hepburn. No.
I don't know.
No.
Jeez, your wife just yelled.
I know. She's like, no.
She's gonna throw a piece of glass at you. It's almost midnight here in Detroit. Oh man, I would love to live in Detroit.
That's I guess it's pretty far.
Yeah, but it's a city that's being rebuilt and it's amazing. Like they went through some horrible times, but now it's incredible.
That's cool. It's rebuilding fast. Is that what you mean?
They're going as fast as they can. Obviously, there's still problems, but man, that city's economy crashed. Like it was horrible.
Yeah, that's sad. Sad. Well, we're gonna bring coal back. Anyways.
Oh God.
We're not gonna go there.
We are not gonna go there.
Not tonight.
Oh man, I gotta look over at the comments. All right, Glamour Girl, we appreciate you hanging out with us, and same with Detlef. Thank you guys for joining us and hanging out.
Yeah.
Wait, Detlef is not speaking in French anymore. What happened?
I know. I don't know.
You know what? Thank you, buddy, because I felt left out last episode with you guys and your
poor
Frenchness.
It's funny. Dude, so still like Ed, we don't know what's gonna happen with him. He figures it out, obviously.
I think he already did figure it out, but that's the thing. Is this show done? Because if it is, then no, everything's all good. If it's not done, then we'll find out. Right?
I mean, now it could be the investigation that goes on, and I could see how they can get the husbands involved, and they left Ed discovery of Madeline, his affair, and they left Ed and Bonnie's husband, their quarrel. They left that like
Nathan?
unfinished. Yeah, Nathan, and then I guess that's about it. Then the investigation is obviously still going because the detective is still like following them because she's probably thinking it was a premeditated murder at this point. And I could see why she thinks that because Celeste had like the other house already ready to go or something like.
And she calls her kids, take them to this address.
Yeah, so it's.
But can
weird.
you make a whole nother season of a show about an investigation? At the worst case possible is then to show that somebody was helping somebody else.
Who knows? Maybe the person who wrote the actual book has an idea of what can happen next, and HBO might be working with them. I wonder how successful that show was, Big Little Lies on HBO.
I mean, we should be able to find out because
I bet it was super successful. I mean, I'm sure we can find some numbers somewhere.
Right.
I don't think it was as big as Westworld. Westworld is just like massive, I think.
Yeah, Westworld became massive closer to the end of it. Which and also, but the thing is, Westworld is a show that it was meant to be like the next Game of Thrones. So obviously, it did its job right. This show is not meant to be anything but, here's 7 episodes. You enjoy these 7 episodes.
Yeah, I think they should just stop it now before they try something else, something more, and kind of ruin it. Mm-hmm. It was so well done.
Let me ask you this. Oh, we can talk about this tomorrow, but think it over. They're completely different, and I know you don't like comparing stuff. But if you have to choose between watching The Young Pope or Big Little Lies, just you don't have to answer now. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Good question.
Because that was the first show that we decided to go all out for, like homework.
Well, yeah, we started on Westworld, and then we were very patchy, and then The Young Pope was much better, and now we're getting our shit together, and then Leftovers, which I'm going to cry for. And then we have a bunch of Netflix shows at the same time as Leftovers going.
Yeah, we have 2 Netflix shows coming out in May. Dude, you better not be bailing on Leftovers. We're going to go all the way through that show.
I'm not.
Deadlift, I jinxed you. You're speaking French now. We're not friends anymore. What did he say?
I thank you guys.
Oh.
I thank you. Pas de problème. You're welcome. Glamorgan Girl. Hope this helps.
Murder will take place at the Otter Bay Elementary School's Audrey and Hepburn themed trivia night fundraiser. You hope it helps us in which way, Glamour Girl? Let us know.
Wait, what? What do you ask?
I asked in which way does she think this will help us? I'm curious.
I don't know. Yeah, I hope this helps.
Because I guarantee you, she's answering a question that we asked like 5 minutes ago that you and I have both already forgotten because our incredible brain power.
Our brains are not doing so well nowadays.
Just bear with us. Tomorrow works out perfectly because I'm working from home. Oh, puppy in the background. People can't see it, but there's a puppy in the background.
Okay.
It's perfectly cropped away though. I feel bad.
Yeah, I'm so tired. I had a long day. I played a show. I had too many drinks. It was great.
And you definitely did not drink and drive, just to make sure.
No. I just opened my huge box of joints in the car. No, just kidding. Only Jane does that.
You know what? We had a comment that mentioned
Did you just slap something? Because I can't see you. Did you just go like...
No, I put my giant goblet down on the coaster.
You still drinking out of that?
Of course, I'll be drinking out of that forever.
All right.
Somebody left us a comment that said, more or less, who cares about the weed? She had a gun in the car, and she lives in California. California has weird gun rules. So you're right. She could have been arrested, and it could have been serious. I don't know what the actual restrictions are.
I don't know how that cop didn't smell all that weed. Just saying.
Who cares?
I know who cares, Nima. I don't care. I'm not going to judge anyone, but the cop didn't smell it. And I guess it's California. They don't care. You're right. We talked about this already. Gosh.
Right. They're not as relaxed as I'm pretty sure Colorado is.
Right.
But still, I'm
Is
pretty
it
sure.
recreational there? Yeah. Yes. They just passed it in like the last election.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I guess so.
All I know
think
that
so.
it's not
Pretty sure.
recreational here. Not that I would do it. I'm just saying I know that it's not.
Judging
What?
you. I'm just looking. I know you're looking back at me. I'm not.
I'm not. I'm just looking anywhere else. You wanted to know why they were. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. We suck at this, but we're getting better.
I honestly want to Wikipedia both of them just to find out different eras and different outfits that they had, so I can understand why everybody was dressed up differently.
I loved Ed and Madeline's outfits though. They're like that's what I would have worn.
Like the Hawaiian thing, tropical.
Yeah, just so chill. No leather, just relax.
Yeah, everybody with the leather looked fucking dumb as shit, man. Like,
Jesus. What about those like 6 sideburns, bro?
for you're talking about Perry? Who else had a
Yeah, well,
sideburn?
there's a black Elvis that had them. There's a few Elvises that had them. So I guess all the guys were dressed up as Elvis.
Right, which makes sense because
Different versions of Elvis.
Yeah, okay. Like we might want to like get caught up on American pop culture
I know.
at some point.
Right? God, we're so bad at it. Who's Elvis? No, we know who that is.
Yeah, well, we just know he exists and he sang. That's more or less what we know.
And
about
that he
him.
died on his toilet.
I didn't know that.
I think so. Pretty sure.
Poor guy.
Actually, I have no idea. I think I heard that once. So, anyways.
Anyways, should we wrap it up and just?
Yeah,
come
we
back
should
tomorrow?
wrap it up. You see my dog behind me? There's a dog there.
Oh, I do see now.
Doggy.
From Breakfast at Tiffany's. Ah, I haven't seen that movie. I hear it's really good. I haven't seen it though. It's an all-time classic from what I know.
They were all in the same movie?
What do you mean? No. They were dressed up as Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh,
It's a really
gosh.
famous movie from what I
I'm
know. She
so
plays a
ashamed I
prostitute.
don't know any of this stuff.
I
So
could be
thank you, Glamorgan girl, for educating us in this American stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for everybody who's watching
It kind
us
of
live.
it kind of blows my mind that we're talking and people are listening and then commenting back and answering questions. So thank you guys.
Yes. Speaking of which, I need to
Amazing.
I need to add their comments to the screen so people that watch us later know that we're talking about those comments and they can see not only themselves but see the conversation.
I
as
see
it's
what
happening.
you mean. How do you do that so that it doesn't become like a cluster F?
I can just make it part of the design. It'll be fine.
Look at you go. I can just make it part of the design. I can just put it here or here.
That's right. Just like that. I'm gonna cut this before Remy goes on for too long.
Guys, Nima does all of this awesome, cool looking like windows and our names and everything. So good job, dude.
It might look different tomorrow. You never know. But thank you
Ooh.
guys for watching us. We're not sure how well this episode will do just because we're going to be doing another one tomorrow night. This is the first time we've ever done 2 back-to-back. But tune in tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. We would love to have you guys join our discussion.
Yeah, we'll talk about our thoughts and you can give us your thoughts and we can talk about that and have a good time and try to laugh a lot because that's what we like doing.
Try to laugh a lot. That makes it sound really awkward.
Oh, nice. Well, there's a first time for everything.
Well, we appreciate it. And, we don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but we love these discussions, especially the comments, especially as they're happening live. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's really cool. That hasn't happened until like the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. I'm Nima.
I'm Remy.
And everybody, we'll see you guys next time.
Tomorrow night.
That's right. I gotta mute you.
Our faces are still on. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're not. Just our voices.
Just our voices.
So I can do this.